Welcome to my YouTube channel, One Race Human Race, All Human. Today is Sunday, October 3rd, 2021.
Good morning, 40 minutes past the hour. There's a school district in Tennessee that may ban several history books after some parents took issue with the material that's being taught.
Yeah, several of the books are about segregation and Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous March on Washington. Here's CNN's Evan McMorris-Santoro on what some parents see as a problem with that material.
Just outside of Nashville, basic American history is up for debate.
His parents taught him about George Washington, and he identifies George Washington as a white man. And then asks if he would be killed back then because he had brown skin. I mean, he's judging George Washington not by any of what he, about being the founder of our country.
So when do we tell the kid that, in fact, he may have been killed back then because of the color of his skin?
Well, I'm not sure that's what you teach, that you would have been killed for the color of your skin. That's a narrative, really.
Robin Steeman is trying to change the narrative on race in the Williamson County, Tennessee public school district. She pulled her child out of public school, and now she leads a chapter of Moms for Liberty in this wealthy, Republican-leaning suburb. Nationally, the group is known for loudly protesting school masking.
And it has traumatized Williamson County kids.
But Steeman's chapter filed a different kind of complaint with the Tennessee Department of Education this summer.
Because it's historically accurate, it's appropriate for a 6, 7, 8-year-old.
Moms for Liberty is angry about an inclusion curriculum being taught in the county public schools. They're mostly concerned about 4 books being taught in 2nd grade. One tells a story of school segregation through the eyes of Mexican-American students. One is about the March on Washington. And 2 are about civil rights icon Ruby Bridges.
I'll show you in the teacher's manual. It instructs the teacher to point this word out and teach about racial slurs.
Steeman says it's okay for kids to read the book Bridges wrote about her experience as a 6-year-old. But it's not okay for kids to talk about some of the pictures in the book, like Norman Rockwell's famous painting.
All this curriculum highlights is the mean white people and how she's victimized, and it speaks to nothing of the good.
Educators across the country are alarmed by talk like this.
We see some sort of almost manufactured crisis here. There isn't a crisis in how we teach history in this country. You would never go into a school in Germany and say, oh, why do you teach about Nazism? You would never ask that question, because they do teach about it, because teachers want kids in Germany to understand what that history was.
The Moms for Liberty complaint says students are being taught lessons that have anti-American, anti-white, and anti-Mexican teaching. And state law may be on their side.
We will not be teaching critical race theory in Tennessee.
In May, the governor signed HB 580 into law. It bans lesson plans that make students, quote, feel discomfort, guilt, or anguish because of their race. Moms for Liberty says the new rules mean separate is never equal. A picture book about the California schools in the 1940s should be banned because it makes both white and Hispanic kids feel bad.
The ones where it looks like the Mexican children are behind bars. And
that surprises the book's author.
The villain here is racism, is segregation, and at the end of the book, what I wanted to show is the Mexican-American children and the white children being in school together and playing together and interacting with each other.
These conversations about the past are very relevant, other moms in the community say.
My son had an incident at his middle school that was where students locked arms, and if you were white, they would break the arms to let kids go through. If you were black, they kept their hands together and told you that you needed to go back to Mexico.
They said they were building a wall.
They were building a wall.
Public school moms Ravita Rahman and Jennifer Cortez founded the group One Wilco after a series of racial incidents rocked the district.
What's concerning about the law, it's not inclusive of everybody. I don't think it's divisive talking about these uncomfortable topics.
They're bullying our school board. They're bullying our elected officials.
The school board told CNN it's reviewing the books cited in the complaint.
What would it mean for education if books like Separate is Never Equal were pulled off the shelves by these laws that we're seeing spread up across the country?
Well, I think we're entering toward a pretty scary time if we're talking about politicians banning books. I thought we were long past those days. Educators know how to talk about race with kids in an age-appropriate way. These conversations can be had, and in a way that is in keeping with our core values as Americans.
Evan McMorris Santoro, CNN, Williamson County, Tennessee.
Yikes. Thanks, Evan, for that report. Fountains of lava spewing from a volcano after a fiery eruption in Spain. We're going to show you more of the incredible video next. Plus,
hello, my name is Jane Nordling Smythe. I am concerned and I am also crazy. Let's begin.
Maybe laughing will make us feel better about this. SNL taking on some of these rowdy school board meetings you just witnessed. We'll be right back.